I feel caused me not to qualify for the Eagle Manager that just ended. Yeah. And I know for most of the countries, including Tanzania, we have not yet gotten the final list of our qualifiers. So unfortunately, we're not going to recognize officially who are the qualifiers today. We're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait. I'm the CSM, so I have to abide by the rules. But all in all, I'm sure your systems are already telling you whether you've made it or not. So where are you listening this meeting from? Where are you? I'm in the amazing Tanzania, and I'm having an awesome time here. I think I'm probably all alone, and I think I probably have one more person in the meeting. In the office today. Where are you listening this meeting from? Where have you tuned in from? Let me see. I understand we'll have people from different countries. I see we've got Zambia there, fantastic. Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. We've got Nairobi. We've got Kigali. We've got France. You know what? When you say France, you're kind of giving us, I don't know if you're making us excited or a little bit sad as we're remembering the amazing time we had in the beautiful Paris. We've got Kigali, Namibia, Mombasa, fantastic. So this is awesome. The whole of East and Southern Africa is here as well. And that just confirms one major thing. We are all going to smash this most important incentive in forever. And before we go any further, this is a very important incentive. And I want to start by first and foremost, really thanking God. I really want to thank God, not amazing increase in the number of qualifiers, but I want to thank God because it is God who made us see this opportunity. It is God who made us say yes to the opportunity. It is not because we are smart. It is not because we know what is the best for us. No, it was just by God's grace that we are here, that we said yes to forever. And even more, I really want to thank God for you being here, for you taking your time to say, you know what, I'm going to be part of this session. I'm going to be part of this meeting. I'm going to allow myself to be impacted. And I want to encourage you this evening, allow yourself to be impacted. Allow your mind to absorb it all. Allow your heart to be touched by the feelings, by the emotions that will be shared by the speakers this evening. Allow yourself, because you won't believe, but you can choose to close your mind and your heart, and you might miss out. You might miss out on the very thing that you needed to get so that you can finish this meeting and leave a transformed person. Sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it takes a second, sometimes it takes just a sentence, and you leave totally transformed. So I want to invite you to allow yourself to be transformed. Allow yourself to believe. Allow yourself to give a chance for you to qualify for this upcoming Ego Manager. Allow yourself, because it has to start there. If you've closed your mind, maybe you're in this meeting, and I know some of you are probably saying, Enos, no one is like that. No, let me assure you, some are like that. Maybe you are in this meeting, and deep down, you already have given up on ego. You already feel like you're not going to make it. You already feel like maybe you need to work on the EMR 27. Allow yourself. And allow yourself, not because you are great, but because God chose you. God chose you to be here. So allow yourself. Allow yourself to go for it. Allow yourself to make the decision that, you know what? If I made the last ego, I'm going to do it again. Maybe I'm going to bring along some people. If I didn't make it, then this time around, I'm going to make it. Allow yourself. Allow yourself. And before we continue further, I hope you are not driving. If you're driving, please don't do this. But if you're not driving and you're not walking, I want to invite you to invite God to this journey of EMR, this EMR 26. I want you to invite I want you to allow God to help you, to give you the wisdom, because I can tell you, there will be days where you'll have no answers to how you can qualify. There will be moments where you'll be out of ideas, you'll be tired, you'll be frustrated, you'll need someone to lift you up. So I'm gonna shut down my video as well. And I wanna invite you to take just a minute of you in silence, just a minute of you in silence, and really asking God to bless the decision that you are going to make today, to bless the steps that you're going to make today, so that when we sit on this meeting again in 2026, when we are launching the EMR, you will be among the qualifiers. So I'm going to go silent for 1 minute, and I invite you to also go silent for 1 minute also. So welcome. Hey. Amen, amen, amen. And I want to invite you also to type amen to the prayer that you've prayed. Type your amen, and give our good Lord the chance to be there with you on this journey, because the journey of ego is not easy. It is super tough. And one thing that I know and I believe deeply is, if you can start something and you've involved God right from the beginning, then you are all set. Nothing else, nothing is there to stop you. You are all set. You are all set, and we are all set, and we are ready to go and smash this ego manager. We are ready for it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate. Thank you so much. Yeah. So why ego manager? Why did Even Forever put this incentive? Why did they call it ego manager? Why did they use their ego representation? Ego represents forever. Why did they use it? Because it is the most important incentive in Forever. It is that one incentive that, if we can all focus on it, if we can all focus on this one incentive, you will end up getting everything else if you can just focus on this one incentive. And we will be having a number of these meetings, and we'll continue to go deeper and deeper as to why should you go for ego manager? What will be the benefits? We'll have different leaders speaking to us on not just how they achieved ego manager, but what it meant to them. How did ego manager impact their lives? We'll have a number of meetings. Today, we are launching. We have just started, and I'm sure we are going to create more ego managers this year than we've ever done in the past. That is the goal, to beat whatever records, to beat whatever number that we have accomplished in the past. We want to beat it this year. We want to beat it. If maybe you have missed ego manager 3, 4, 5, 7 times, well, draw a line on the sand and you say, you know what? This EMR 26, it's mine. It's mine. I'm smashing this one. This one go. I'm not going to allow this one to pass me by. And at this point, each and every one of us can make it each and every one of us. And I want to remind you the words of our late founder, Mr. Rex Mon, who said, and you know what? Nobody knows forever more than the founder himself, more than Rex himself. Rex himself is said, if you want to build a big and a long-term business, not just a long-term business, a big and a long-term business. If you want to build that kind of a business, then you need to do three things. Number one is you need to teach ego. That's what we're doing right now. Training you on how do you qualify for ego, going through, making sure that we are all clear. Number two, you need to coach ego. Now, coaching is tough. Coaching is about getting your hands dirty. Coaching is about you putting on your trainers, you putting on your tracksuits, and you going on the field. That is coaching ego. And I can tell you, if you have a trainer, a coach, someone coaching you, they will 98% of the times they will do something and then they'll tell you, do this. Have you seen a coach coaching people football? When a few times when I take my kids for football and I see the coach showing them, do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he lets them do. So when we say coaching, it's about us doing and then helping our teams to also do. That is coaching. And then number three, the third thing you need to do is be an ego. And that's the challenge we have right now. That's the challenge, because that comes with an expectation of you achieving it. That comes with an expectation of you a big want to thank of you who contributed to this number 222, each and every one of you. You might have thought maybe you are not that important, but let me tell you, you are among the 200 out of the thousands and hundreds of thousands of FBOs across Africa. You are among the 200, and you've made Africa proud. So massive congrats to each and every Ego Manager qualifier. You know, that's a 33% increase in the number of Ego Managers. And if you want to get this even better, that means in Thailand, Phuket, Thailand, and how amazing it is that we don't have strict measures for visas for Thailand. So in Phuket, Thailand, we are going to have 444 people from Africa. 444 people from Africa. People in Africa, it can be done by anyone. So if 200 people could be egos, then anyone can be an ego. Anyone can go for this. And I'm thinking in my mind, you know, when I was looking at these numbers and I was saying, what if we challenge ourselves? What if we challenge ourselves to go bigger? What if we challenge ourselves to have 1,000 people in Sun City? That means 500 qualifiers. You know, 500 qualifiers, it means everybody here should qualify, and everybody here should aim to bring at least 1 to 2 new qualifiers with a minimum of 1. Can you take that challenge? And if you did not qualify last year, well, here is your chance. Get us that number. Let us go. Can you imagine if we have 500 Ego Managers from Africa, 1,000 people, 1,000 FBOs from Africa? They will be in Sun City. I can tell you, I can feel it. We will probably have the largest number as a continent. We'll have the largest number of egos. So why not, my leaders? Let us join this. Let us go for this. Let us go and make sure that we make our continent proud. Let's go. Because it's possible. You can get statistics from your countries. How many egos did you have in your countries? And then ask yourself, can you triple that number? Can you double? Can you triple that number? When you think about the number of Ego Managers in your region, can you double? Can you triple that? Definitely we can. I know we've got people here from Namibia. How many more egos are we going to have from Namibia? I know we've got Zambia here. I know we've got Uganda here. We've got Kenya here. We've got Rwanda. We've got Burundi. We've got Tanzania here. How many more egos? We've got South Africa here. We've got Canada here in the house. How many egos? How many more egos are we going to get from your country? And then take it personal now. Take it personal. Are you going to be there? Are you going to make sure that you are among the Ego Managers? And let's go through the qualification. I know some of you are new, and I don't want to assume everybody's clear. I will quickly go through the qualifications, and then I'm going to stop for a second, and I would like us to have a conversation. And then after that, I'll bring an amazing Ego Manager, an amazing lady who smashed her Ego Manager in just 9 months. In just 9 months. And she's going to share with us, where was she last year in May? And how has ego impacted her? How has ego managed to? The qualification has begun 20 days ago, 1st of May up to 30th of April. And this is what you need to do. Number 1, be active throughout. We don't expect you to miss your 4CC. Number 2, be leadership bonus qualified throughout. That means don't go below 12CC open business. Be leadership bonus qualified. Don't go below the 12 CCs. Number 3, another important criteria, do 720 CCs from May to April next year. And out of those 720, at least 100 CC should be new CCs. And how amazing it is right now, all these CCs, they are global. You can literally do them in any country of your choice. So there are no limitations. There are no boundaries. You can have these 720 CCs all over the world. You can be able to qualify ego with your global CCs. And we have a bit of a changes now on our supervisors. Instead of 2 supervisors, Now you'll need to have 3 line of supervisors, but we all know supervisors become a little bit easier right now. All you need to do is to get someone to do 10 cc in 1 month, and boom, they are supervisors. That's all they need to do, 10 cc's. You know, if we used to do 2 supervisors who needed 25 cc's, that's 50 cc's. And now with 3 supervisors of 10 cc's, that's 30 cc's. That's like creating 1 supervisor if you think about it. And you can imagine how many people in your team right now that believe that they can make it, believe that they can be supervisors because they know it is possible now. And I'm going to share also some of the landmines. Let me call them landmines. You know, some of the things that might cause you to miss out ego if you're not mindful of them. And of course, I will also invite other people to share the same. Now, if you are a senior manager and above, your criteria has changed a little bit. If you're a senior manager, all you need to do is to have at least 1 ego manager in your downline. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter which country, anywhere, as long as you have 1 ego manager in your downline, that manager. For soaring managers and above, soaring managers have at least 3 lines, at least 3 separate lines of ego managers, 3 separate lines of ego managers. And you can also qualify as an ego manager where you'll be soaring ego manager. And the goal is to continue adding the number of legs so that you can grow from soaring ego manager with 6 legs, diamond sapphire 10, diamond ego manager 15. Now, they with ego manager also, they have a special, we started like an offer, but now it's now moving on every year, that if you're a soaring manager and above, if you're a soaring manager and above, if you don't have 3 lines of egos, you can also qualify with 1 new ego manager. But that new ego manager should not have any other ego manager on their upline. Let me say that slowly. If you're a soaring manager and above, you can qualify with 1 new ego manager, but that new ego manager should not have any other ego manager on their upline. And that will help you to get to ego manager. Hope you're getting that, my fellow soaring managers and above. And I want to make it very clear that it used to be, in the past, it used to be any new ego manager anywhere in your downline, as long as that ego manager has not been used by another ego manager for their qualification, you can use. But now that ego manager should not have any other ego manager on their upline. So it's like a brand new ego manager that you have personally worked with. That's why there isn't anybody else there. And that takes you there. Now I'm looking at these qualifications and I'm asking myself, what can cause you not to achieve ego manager? I don't know what's your feeling on this qualification. I don't know what's your feeling on the 720 cc's or the 3 supervisors. But then I want to ask you, or rather I want you to ask yourself, we have 222 ego managers in Africa, and I'm super happy with that. And I know also we have thousands of FBOs, thousands of managers. We are over 100 people here in this group. And I know we don't have 100 ego managers yet. Some of you are new, so it's okay. So there must be challenges. There must be something that could stop you. What is that could stop you? Most of the times is you forgot to say these simple letters, yes, I'm going to go for it. It has to start that way. And I can tell you, why did I start by saying you need to allow yourself? Because sometimes we give up just when the incentive started. We've already given up. The moment they announced ego manager, you already gave up in your mind. Now I want you to change that and say, yes, I'm going to be an ego manager this year. Maybe up to this point, you were looking at ego manager and you were too scared about it. Maybe you are too scared to the point that you could not even function, you could not even work towards it. Well, I want to remind you that say yes to Ego Manager, and let's put the plans, let's put the work. If you feel like you are getting stuck, there are lots of people in this organization, in this community, there for you to give ideas or anything to help you achieve it. But it has to start with you first saying yes. I was having a chat with someone in the office today, not a manager, just let me say a junior assistant supervisor. And I asked her, what is your goal for these remaining 10 days? And her answer was, I think I'm just going to plant seeds. And then I'm expecting CCs from June. And I was like, you're expecting CCs from June? No, we've got 10 days to make it happen. We've got 10 days to make it happen. There's a lot you can do in 10 days. So I want to invite you also, if you did not declare, sometimes we underestimate the importance of you declaring, the importance of you telling the universe that, hey, this is my goal. This is what I'm going for. Ego Manager, yes, I'm going for it. So if you're declaring it with me, I want you to put it on the chat there that, yes, I am an Ego Manager. I am an EMR 26 qualifier. Yes, I'm going for Ego Manager. Declare it, tell the universe, so that your whole mind and energy can now start to focus on this new goal that you have confirmed to yourself. This new goal that you've put a stamp on it and say, you know what? I am going for this. I am an Ego Manager. And let me tell you something. Don't be too afraid to say it, but also don't be too proud to say it. Sometimes you might feel like, I don't need to say it. I can make it. No, don't be too proud to say it. Say it. Declare it. I am an Ego Manager. I am going for this. Put it there on your dream board. Put it all over you, because you can do it. It is not going to be easy, but you can do it. And yes, we understand there will be challenges. The journey will not be easy. It's an uphill journey. You're not going to be going, sliding down all the way to Sun City. No, it's an uphill. It's an uphill journey. And I want you to think about the journey for Ego Manager, your journey to Ego Manager. And I want you for a moment, before I bring in our guest speaker to speak to us, I want you for a moment to think about what could challenge you. What could challenge you? What are your threats? What is it that you are fearing when it comes to you smashing your Ego Manager? What are you afraid of? What do you feel like, oh my gosh, Enos, I want to do this part. Enos, I want to do this if only. Enos, I want to smash this. But you see, what is that but for you? What is that? What is that, let me say, tempering with your belief that you can actually make it? What is that? Because if you don't recognize it, and sometimes it's something in the mind, and sometimes it's not something in the mind. Sometimes it is, let me put it, how should I put it? Sometimes it is something tangible that could be hindering you or could be a threat for you to achieve your Ego Manager. What do you feel? What do you think can be your threat? Let me see on your chat, my leaders. All right. Somebody said senior Ego Manager at your service here. I love that. You got to speak positively and believe that you are actually going to make it. So let's talk about the challenges. What could be challenging you? What could be challenging you? As a manager, challenge you to achieve ego. What do you think can get you to be off track? What do you think is threatening you that when we are having a call in December, things won't be as good as you wanted them to be? What do you think is your threat? Maybe you feel like you don't have a strong team right now. So when you think about the 720 cc's, you go back a little bit like, I don't think I can make it. One challenge that has been put, poor planning. Indeed, poor planning. And that can be in a big scale, and it can even be in the smallest scale. Like, how are you planning your day? Not just how are you planning your ego, as in by June, I want to have these many CCs. By October, I want to have these many CCs. Sometimes we lack that bigger picture planning, and sometimes we have the bigger picture planning, but what we lack is the daily planning. Complacency after high performance months, need to prioritize consistent, not relaxing. Absolutely. If you've done amazing, it's very easy to think or believe that it's just going to come. No, it's not just going to come. Thank you so much. You know, you just mentioned one of the biggest reason why we probably could have had 400 egos, but why we ended at 222 is because of what Edmund just wrote there, that believing that I can start low and things will get better in the future. You know, when you are low, number one, you need to, yes, believe that you can start there and believe that things can get better. And then right away, you need to start challenging the future. Don't make the future too far. Say things are going to get better from July, not from September or October. Believing that. Personal life management. I hear you, and you've said for so long, I hear you. Now, if you've got a lot of life distractions, most of the times they are real. They are not like you are partying. No, there are some serious things, serious changes in your life that are causing you not to be able to focus. And I can tell you, whenever you've got a lot happening, your only rescue is effective planning. That's your only rescue, is effective planning. If you don't have effective planning and you've got a lot of things happening, I can assure you, you will be off track and you won't know if you're off track. You'll not be focused on your activities, and you won't even know that I'm not focused on my activities. So what I would advise, create the bigger picture planning, but also create that daily operating method, that DMO, daily methods of operation. Create that one. When you have that created, it will help you focus in the midst of all the distractions. You will still be focused on the most important ones. You'll still be focused. And when you start to think about the challenges that could be affecting people, could cause you or anybody to miss out on ego, you know, all of them, they could be put in either leadership or skills. I tell you, most of them for us in this group here, most of them will be on leadership and mindset, not so much skills. When it comes to skills, most of us here, we've got the skills to make it. We've got the skills to recruit. We've got the ability to do presentations. We've got the skills. But it's the leadership and the mindset there that can be your biggest enemy there. It's the mindset they're telling you, hey, you need to plan better. So don't start until you're better planned. No, sometimes you just need to throw yourself in and run with the flow. And then you continue to replan and adjust as you continue moving on that flow. Leadership, skills, mindset. I can tell you, almost everything lies around there. Almost everything lies around there. The challenges that could be causing you to cause you not to qualify for Ego Manager, when you think about them deeply, you realize that the moment that you recognize them, and I want to thank all those that have put those challenges, the moment that you recognize those challenges, the moment that you've put a spotlight on those challenges, that's it. You start to conquer them. But if you don't recognize them, if you've not put a spotlight to them, then they will be affecting you without you knowing. So you need to put a spotlight on them. You need to put a spotlight on them. You need to identify them. And then when you identify them, you don't need to go crazy about fixing all of them. But the moment you identify them, you're already on top of that. And there you are, you've increased your chances of you achieving ego manager. When I think about ego manager, I mean, we have got testimonies of people that started very, very late on ego manager and they still did it. We've got testimonies of people that we could almost confirm that they're not going to make it, but they made it, you know. And of course, the opposite also exists. And then we've got people that I don't know if when they started to work on ego manager, I don't know if at that point when they started to work on ego manager, if it was early or it was late, I'm not so sure. And at this point, I want to bring someone amazing right now. Someone that has managed to smash ego manager. And when I was thinking about this launch, I said, you know what? We need that each and every one of us here can connect with her. Each and every one of us here can see how they can also be ego manager. And her performance confirms that it is never too late. It is never too late for you to be an ego manager. We can all make it. Her performance confirms that. And our performance also confirms that even if right now you are not so sure whether you can make it or not, it does not matter. It does not matter because you still have a chance to be there. You still have a chance to make it. And the person that I'm going to bring, I'm excited because she is actually a first-time ego manager qualifier. So she's qualifying for this for the very first time. And you know how tough it is sometimes to qualify for something for the first time. So she's qualifying for this for the very first time. And she's building this business part-time. She's part-time in the business. Actually, right now, as we are speaking right now, she's at work. She's at work right now. And when she told me that she will be at work, I was like, I pray to God that you get an opportunity to speak to us because I know what you're going to will impact someone's ego journey. And when someone becomes an ego, their families also get impacted. So, ladies and gentlemen, amazing egos here in the house. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear from our amazing guest speaker? And she is coming all the way from the amazing country of Namibia. Are you ready, guys? Here from our ego manager, Katrina. Can we please give her a massive welcome? And I want to say thank you so much, Katrina. I know you had to sneak out in a way to be able to speak to us. And this sacrifice you're putting will not go in vain. Warm welcome, my leaders, and thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this launch. Thank you so much. And the floor is yours, my leader. Thank you so much.
Wow. Good evening, leaders. Thank you so much, Mr. Enos, for inviting me to just come and share my story or my ego manager story. So, hello, everyone, and I'm excited to share examples of my journey to becoming ego manager. So, my name is Katrina Kalwenya. I'm a traffic officer by profession. I'm a mother, and I've been employed for over 14 years now. Currently, as we're speaking, I'm at work. So that's why I'm not able to share my video because I'm in uniform and we're not allowed to actually, so I've been in the business for over 1 year and 9 months now. And being, my journey in forever living, when I started off, I started like any other FBO. Obviously, I was skeptical and just a fear of will I make it in the business and all that. But I decided to take a leap of faith and say yes to the amazing business. The next slide. Okay, in July 2023, I made a decision that would completely change the direction of my life. And I had no idea how much I would grow in the business, both personally and professionally. I stayed comfortable throughout this is a business where you really need to be coachable. And then also, I took every training seriously. I shared and I learned and obviously led. So, July 2023, I said yes to the amazing business opportunity. And exactly 1 year in the business, I hit a major milestone and I became a manager in the business. Exactly 1 year of being in the business. Next slide, Mr. Enos. So I just wanted to share with you guys that when the Eagle Manager journey started, or when the Eagle Manager qualification started, 2024 May, I had, okay, sorry, I just made a mistake there. It's actually in May 2024 and not April. So when the Eagle Manager qualification started last year, I had that specific month, I did 27.89 CC with my team. Yes, I know it was very bit little, but I was still a supervisor by then. But I was still focused and determined. And then also, fast forward to April 2025, I had grown to 116.977 cc's in just 1 month. So my team and I did about 116 cc's last month compared to April 2024. And then also that was a major turning point and reflection of my growth. And so I was able to clock Eagle Manager in exactly 9 months, and I'm proud. Obviously, I'm a proud Eagle Manager, and that's a milestone that once felt so far but became real with persistent and daily action. And I remember Mr. Enos, Dr. Elizabeth, and Veronica called me early April, if I'm not mistaken. They were, just cheering me up and telling me that they were checking the system and I'm definitely going to close Eagle Manager. Although I personally was a bit, I really, but I had so much fear. I don't know why, but I felt like, am I really going to do it? And, just getting that call from them really boosted my energy levels and I really put in the work. And one of the biggest lessons I'm taking into my next Eagle Manager journey is the importance of proper planning and tracking. So at one point, I almost missed closing my Eagle Manager because of a small CC gap. Like I said, I really did not know how many CCs were left for me to close. I remember Veronica coming to my WhatsApp and asking me how many CCs do I have left for April to close Eagle Manager. I told her, my leader, to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm just in the A, but I had an estimation that I needed 110 between 110 to 120 cc's to close, but I was really, really not sure because I failed to keep track of the system. And I have two managers in my team, so it was also a bit difficult for me to see exactly how many cc's I had left for me. You guys, that it's very important that you need to know the exact requirements for you to become an Eagle Manager, just like Mr. Enos shared now with us. So it's important that you need to know that exact number. And then also you need to write the numbers down. You should make them visible. Even if you have to post them up in your office, just for you to constantly or for it to be like a daily reminder on how to, that, this is how far you have come with the Eagle qualification.